What's good, guys? I go by the name of Tay Chaplin. You're watching ARTV, and welcome to Bants With Tey. You're probably wondering what the fuck is happening, right? So this is me in my village in Bayelsa, in my man cave. Welcome to Bants With Tey. Let's bounce. Anyway, so guys, this week, let's talk about some music, right? Let's talk about some new music. Let's see what's out. Show Dem Camp, PalmWine Music 2. That's lit. That's lit. Rare came out. Odusi, that came out too. Okay, that's cool, right? But this week, we're going to be listening to both albums, real, live. I've not heard anything from those albums. I'm going to listen to them live, and we're going to talk about it. So, let's bounce. So, track one, SDC album, PalmWine Music is obviously a smoking type of thing, right? Because, you know, high off the palm wine. You don't get high off palm wine. Is it just me? Yeah, shout out to Go, shout out to Tech. Track one, looking good.
You can teach me how to dance, my kid dancing with the group, kiss you on the rain, yeah,
I just say, like, Ajebota 22 is blossoming. He is shining. Listen, Kitoye, shout out to you, man. I remember when Kitoye shot his first video, and I couldn't come because that's like Ajebota. I call him by his first name, you know. So but like, yeah, he asked me to come like in his first video, Sarah, and I couldn't make it because I had women trouble. This is why you shouldn't have girlfriends, guys. Just be single. You better things will happen for you. Anyway, it's really clear that my producer Ali loves this song to bits. Listen, track two, Damino. Okay, so the instrumentation, I'm not sure, but I believe this was made by Sparks, right? Or someone of the same kind, because I believe Sparks made the whole album, the previous one, right? It sounds very intricate. The drums, the talking drums. You know, like when you're at a wedding and then like you're seeing the babe and it's like doo doo. It is like doo doo. You understand? It's very harmless. These are the kind of songs that, you know, put you in trouble. To be honest, yeah. System Fail with No Samadi. This particular jam is a jam. Now let me tell you something. Nosa Amadi is one of those hidden gems. He's like the Andre 3000 of Nigerian like Afrobeat music. And that's like a very big thing to say. But the fact is, he knows what he's doing. He's a kuna. He's a young boy, man. Like, let him live. Like, listen, you can only see. You might not be able to perform, but you can learn to perform. Right? See, listen. First of all, he said, I just want free booze and turkey. Say no more. The jam is a hit. Back, listen. Oh god.
The oracle is on the track.
Burna Boy gets me so excited, man. Like Burna Boy gets me so excited because Burna Boy cannot do a bad job.
Never.
Here we go. This song sounds like something that was made for the stage, right? I believe this is a song that was meant, it's an anthem already. So I can see people just like screaming this from like the audience, like if he's having a show.
Came through with my brethren. How we boys see the legend. How we boys pick up for me. She's chain, now we locked in.
Okay, so Sparks, you are a bastard. Because the instrumentation, my God.
Mad.
It's too heavy. It's too good. Like you can tell like there you have like some nice like sexy guitars in there, some sax. Man, this is dope. This is dope. I like this. I fuck with this. This is heavy. You know, let me tell you something, right? So far what I'm getting off this album is that PalmWine vibe. the rhythm, right? Like the rhythm, you know, it's not forcing you to be too much. You know, it's kind of like curating you to kind of do you know, I can see myself having like a great conversation like over this song. Let's not get it twisted, right? They're doing this commercial stuff and it's great, but Ghost and Tech are some of the best lyricists that we have. You understand? Like if we're going to, that's actually another episode. If we're going to choose like a rap force to go against like other countries, right? Ghost and Tech are definitely there. This song is not necessarily my thing, to be honest. Okay, for a minute.
STC in the building, right? She said that she been feeling guys is feel alright.
Not my favorite. Not my favorite. I've heard Lady Don't Leave better. I like the way Tech sounds. I'll give it another listen later. But for now, it's cool. Just not my favorite. It's like, comment on my mind. Comment on my mind when I do it all the time. Do it on my mind and I want things and then I grind. That's my Poe impersonation. That's how Poe raps. Poe's like he raps like Eminem, but like calm. I called her on my mind and she told me one time and I told her no time. Said I'm begging. I like Poe. I fuck with this. I actually was bumping Poe's Talk About Poe album, which is really good. We should talk about that soon. This track, Love on the Weekends, with Poe and Tommy Agape, right? I think it's dope. I like Poe. You know what? It's like that Poe SDC Fumbi connection is super alive. You know, but in this particular instance, it's not my favorite on the album for now. You know, go listen to that Talk About Poe. That's a good project. He said, it's the PalmWine tapper, the PalmWine rapper, or the opposite. That was nice. Malibu and PalmWine. Have you ever had that before? You might not be okay. Because it's so sweet, you know, yeah. It's a good song. I like the song. Listen, let me tell you something, right? Like, the thing about these rappers is like, I feel like people are coming into their elements now because before you were not allowed to go at people. Like the way everyone is just like, you can be yourself now, which is really dope. I like it. So, my take on this jam is a mildly up-tempo jam. It has a lot of valleys. The talking drumming is dope. Sparks did an amazing job for production. Walasi, that's his name. Sounds dope. He sounds like Young L, which is still dope. You know, I'm not trying to compare you to anybody. This is a dope track. I like this.
Everything was perfect in between.
I took my dream love on a trip using imagination. Love was the passport, so I thought to travel there. You first stop.
Do you know what this song is about? At the beginning of the verse, he was talking about the garden, like the Garden of Eden, right? And talking about, when we were in the garden before we left with shame. Kind of like mimicking like a relationship. Yeah, mimicking like a relationship, like when we're still like in love, before we left the relationship with shame. Also, he was also talking about how, like, before we were colonized and they came and stole our history and sold it back to us. What? So what? So what? No, listen. So that was the last track on the Show Dem Camp album called PalmWine Music 2. It was the second in the series, and I feel, was it better than the... And I feel, was it better than the first one? No, it wasn't. Because the first one is a classic, right? Right? Everything they've done here is dope, but then it's still in that PalmWine music pocket, right? They have a formula. They have a really dope formula, which you mentioned. Whereas like, they're getting all the new school, great, very, very soulful artists, putting them on one project and making the best music that they can do. This is what should have been done a very long time ago, right? Because we have the artists. And if you've ever been to a PalmWine session, you know like all these artists show up and it is an amazing show. It is actually like you can feel the electricity in the air. So this is like, it's amazing, right? To rate this album would be like superiorly like difficult. What would you rate it? Out of 9 bullets. Do you know what? I rate a 6.5 and then a 7 on a really good day. Like when you catch me with that like, what's that track? Yeah. Like when you catch me with that Legend, that System Fail, Tropicana, yo, those are hard tracks. Those are really hot tracks. I give them like a 6.5, 7 on a different day vibe. Definitely with 2 Titus fish and a lot of palm oil sauce. Still, bruv. Still, bruv. You know what it is. PalmWine Music 2. Listen, shout out to Tech, shout out to Ghost, shout out to every artist on this project. This is amazing. I can't wait to see you guys perform this. All right, guys. Thank you for everyone that is watching the show, everyone that keeps tuning in. Even if you're watching on Instagram, you go to the YouTube page. Those people that send me like really creepy DMs, that's cool, but stop it. I don't need that energy. I appreciate you guys, man. One love, and see you guys next time. Peace.